TomoNews presents Africa.
Two incompetent poachers in Zimbabwe's Charara National Park lost a bout with an elephant. Solomon Manjoro and Nolak Tafaruka were planning to poach elephant Ivory. Unfortunately for them, their bad aim only scored them one pissed-off elephant. The pachyderm chased them down and Manjoro was crushed to death. Park rangers apprehended Tafaruka, who led them to Manjoro's trampled body. The value of elephant ivory has spiked in recent years, bringing poachers out of the woodwork and into Africa's national parks.
Lion mauls tourist to death during South African safari. A 22-year-old American woman was killed and another man was seriously injured Monday after they both were pulled through a car window by a lion near Johannesburg. Gauteng Lion Park is a popular tourist attraction that gives people a rare opportunity to see African wildlife up close and personal. Scott Simpson, the park's assistant operations manager, says the details of the incident are sketchy but believes the unidentified American couple had been traveling in a vehicle with its windows open. While the female tourist was taking photos, a lion is believed to have jumped through the passenger window and taken a bite out of her. The man who was driving attempted to push off the massive cat, but was injured in the struggle. By the time park staff and emergency responders reached the couple, it was already too late. The woman succumbed to her injuries. The fatal incident is the park's third major attack in just 4 short months. In March, Australian tourist Brendan Smith was mauled by a lion, and 2 days later, a 13-year-old boy was attacked by a cheetah. Although the park gives clear instructions to visitors to keep windows closed when touring the area, Simpson says people rarely listen. Park officials say they plan to put down the lion involved in this recent incident.
Giraffe dies after hitting head on highway overpass. A giraffe being transported in an open-air truck bed on a freeway in South Africa was killed Thursday after reportedly hitting its head on an overpass. Several eyewitnesses said they saw 2 giraffes traveling on Pretoria's N1 highway, with many posting photos to Instagram and Twitter. One eyewitness was driving with her cousin when she saw the giraffes, so she took out her phone to take some photos. That's when the truck went under a bridge, and one of the giraffes hit its head hard on the concrete. She said she saw in their rear-view mirror that the truck had moved to the side of the highway and stopped. Only one giraffe was standing. Apparently, the truck involved in the accident didn't comply with transportation codes for the animals. When transporting giraffes on an open road, their heads should have been covered with a structure.
Jigger fleas burrow so deep you have to cut them out. If you've just returned from South America or Sub-Saharan Africa, and you find this white spot with a dark center dot on your feet or hands, watch out. Because it could be jiggers, or Chigoe fleas, which are common parasites in tropical and subtropical areas with dry, warm soil and sand. While jiggers can appear in beaches, farms, and wooded areas in countries like Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya, locals who go around barefoot are most often affected by them. Chigoe fleas feed on warm-blooded hosts, such as humans and cattle, when their skin is exposed. While male jiggers will leave after a nice bloody meal, females aren't that easy to shake off. They burrow headfirst into the host's skin, leaving the tips of their tails outside. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks, they can swell considerably, incubating eggs and causing an intensely irritating skin infection called tungiasis. The eggs are laid outside the skin and fall onto the ground before they hatch. In extreme cases, the host's skin becomes flaky, and a scalpel is required to cut out the jigger. Alcohol or disinfectant is then applied. The painful wounds can make daily activities such as walking difficult. Jiggers can also cause gangrene, tetanus, and blood poisoning, which can be fatal. Fumigation of affected areas can help eradicate the bugs. People living in jigger-infested areas are encouraged to wear shoes for protection.
Crocodile wins in extreme golf ball hunting competition. A friendly competition to see who's got the most balls turned deadly Wednesday night when Jacques van der Sandt fell victim to an ornery 13-foot reptile that recently came out of hibernation. Van der Sandt and a friend had a few drinks and challenged each other to a golf ball hunt at Lake Panic out at hole number 9 of the Skakuza Golf Course in Kruger National Park. The golf ball hunters went underwater 3 times, but they weren't the only ones hunting that evening. As the men played with their balls in waist-deep water, Van der Sandt was pulled under by a giant croc. The friend notified Kruger National Park rangers of a croc attack around 10 p.m. When the rangers arrived at the scene, they found Van der Sandt's body inside the mouth of the beast. They shot it dead with a rifle and shared these pictures to send a message to other crocs of the consequences of messing with golfers. They also serve as a good reminder to golfers to purchase their golf balls from the clubhouse. Van der Sandt was 29 and would sometimes kiss fish. Ethiopian tribe kills twins and children they deem illegitimate as they are considered cursed. These kids seem happy and carefree, but in fact, they're the survivors of a cruel cultural tradition. Boko Belguda, an Ethiopian woman of the Karo tribe, has given birth to 15 children, but they've all been killed by her tribal men. Some were thrown into the river and devoured by crocodiles, others abandoned in the wild. The killings took place because prior to her wedding ceremony, her husband did not perform the required ritual of jumping over bulls. As such, their marriage was considered unlawful, and their illegitimate children were considered cursed. In addition to killing children born out of wedlock, babies who are born twins, or children whose top teeth come in before their bottom, are also considered to be cursed. It is believed that if the cursed children are not killed, the tribe will be stricken with drought or diseases. Fortunately, after a charity called Omo Child interfered, the Karo tribe has stopped killing babies. The custom is now also prohibited by the government. However, tribes such as the Hammer and Bana continue to murder their cursed infants. Experts estimate that approximately 300 children are killed for this reason every year.
Wild ostrich chases cyclists in Cape Town, keeps up at 31 miles per hour. These cyclists were in for the bike ride of their lives when a wild ostrich snuck out of the bushes and began racing behind them for about 100 seconds. Rather than bother to describe what's happening, which you can clearly make out for yourself, we've decided to spend the next minute listing interesting facts about this roadrunner, if you will. The ostrich is indeed the world's largest bird, weighing in at up to 320 pounds and able to grow up to 9 feet tall. While they never evolved to develop the ability to fly, as you can see, they are mighty runners. At full speed, they can clock up to 43 miles per hour. They can only do this for short bursts, mind you, but when it comes to long distances, the ostrich can outlast even a cheetah, able to run at over 30 miles per hour for more than 10 miles. You may be wondering, if they aren't able to fly, what good are their wings? Believe it or not, their wings are used as rudders, playing a key role in their running ability, helping them change direction as they go. Their long, thin legs also aid in their speed, covering between 10 and 16 feet in a single bound. To better understand this, picture basketball legend Yao Ming standing up straight, and then imagine former NBA superstar Allen Iverson standing on his shoulders. That's an average stride for an ostrich. When it comes to their food selection, ostriches eat both vegetables and meat, though they do prefer their greens, like leaves, roots, and seeds. From time to time, they've been known to snack on insects, lizards, snakes, and rodents. After all that running, most would grab a drink of water, but not the ostrich. While they may sip from a watering hole if they come across one, they receive all the H2O they need from the plants they feast on. At this point, it appears she's ditched the cyclists, probably running for some plant rehydration. Quite a workout. As the cameraman catches up to his fellow riders, they all must be thinking, what the hell was that? Well, good sirs, that was an ostrich.
404-carat diamond discovered in Africa worth 14.3 million USD. Australia's Lucapa Diamond Company Limited announced February 15th the discovery of the largest diamond found in Angola, Africa. The 404-carat diamond was discovered by the Lulo Diamond Project, a partnership between Lucapa and Diama, Angola's national diamond company, and a private investor. The area of the mine where the diamond was discovered had already produced 60 large special diamonds, according to Lucapa. The diamond was categorized as a Type 2A stone, meaning it's virtually flawless, and is estimated to be worth 20 million in Australian currency, or 14.3 million USD. It is the 27th largest recorded diamond in the world. The second largest weighed in at 1,111 carats and was found in November 2014 in Botswana. The largest diamond is a whopping 3,106 carat gem called the Colinian. It weighed in at 1.3 pounds and was discovered in South Africa in 1905. That stone was cut into smaller stones, the largest of which adorned the royal scepter, one of Britain's crown jewels. Another was put onto the imperial state crown just below Black Prince's ruby. Both are on display at the Tower of London. But the 404 diamond leaves many questions unanswered. What will come from Angola next? What will become of the 404 carat gem? And, most importantly, does this discovery solve the HTTP era mystery?
Australian tourist survives being mauled by lion during safari tour. This is what's left of Brendan Smith's leg after a lioness had her way with him. In a post to Facebook, the Aussie tourist recounts how it all happened. Smith, who hails from Perth in Western Australia, said he'd been in South Africa all but 36 hours before the attack. He was on an African safari tour near Johannesburg when a lion leapt through an open car window and started mauling him. The photos were taken from the hospital by a recovering and good-humored Smith, who noted, quote, "Chicks dig scars, so I'll be sweet."
Pregnant shark attacks diver in South Africa aquarium. When you get in a tank with a shark, you wouldn't expect anything to go wrong, would you? These divers sure didn't, a mistake that cost one of them dearly. The footage, captured at an aquarium in South Africa, shows the divers trying to aid this ragged-toothed shark, who happened to be pregnant. These sharks, also called grey nurse sharks, are actually known to be quite docile and harmless most of the time. After being darted, she calmly swims through the tank as the divers wait to move in. But when this diver went to grab the shark's pectoral fin, that's when she got a little ticked off and turned on him. She violently thrashes for a couple of seconds and then releases, but it didn't take long for some gnarly damage to be done. The diver sustained serious wounds to his arm. It sure looks gruesome, but after a series of operations, he's now fully healed and is said to be back diving with sharks. The person who released the footage also wanted to make it clear no one involved in the incident maintains any resentment toward the sharks.
Look at Fanning on the rankings.
Pro surfer fights off shark on live TV in South Africa. Australian pro surfer Mick Fanning was attacked by a shark during the J-Bay Open surfing competition in Jeffreys Bay, South Africa. The three-time world champion narrowly survived the attack and without a scratch. He was approached from the back and says he only saw the fin. The pair faced off in the waters at the surfing final, which is reportedly the first time a shark attack has happened at a professional surfing competition. In the blue corner, Aussie bait pro surfer Mick Fanning. In the red corner, a fucking shark, mate. Fanning won the bout with a punch to the shark's back. Fanning was quickly rescued by the World Surf League water safety personnel. Fanning said, quote, "I'm happy not to ever compete again. And after surviving that, can you blame him?" His competitor, another Aussie named Julian Wilson, split the prize money and second place points with Fanning after the competition was cancelled. Legendary pro surfer Kelly Slater was on hand to give Fanning a hug. And other pro surfers responded to the attack over Twitter, expressing their relief that everyone is okay. Like Jeremy Flores, who tweeted, "Shark attack on Mick Fanning during the final day in J-Bay. I cannot believe you're okay, brother. Wow." And fellow Aussie pro surfer Sally Fitzgibbons, who tweeted, So relieved Mick Fanning and Julian Wilson made it out of the lineup unharmed after Mick was terrifyingly attacked by a shark at J-Bay Open."
Lion King tries some Chinese medicine. Now, Simba was still king of the Kruger National Park jungle, but erectile dysfunction respects no titles. After another disappointing evening, Nala had started dropping hints. Maybe some herbal tea, or maybe some rhino horn. Chinese tourists talk about it all the time. 1 billion people can't be wrong, right? Simba, however, wasn't one for talking about feelings and stuff. Besides, he thought, do I even have a problem? I've just been really tired lately. Maybe if she put on that outfit I bought her for Christmas sometime or bothered to shower once a year, I'd be more into it. But after not even being able to get a semi over the entire weekend, Simba decided to try some rhino. The baby rhino tried to explain that his horn was just keratin, but Simba wasn't in the mood for science. He just wanted to see Nala's satisfied face again. So, did it work? Stay tuned to TomoNews. Disclaimer, TomoNews is not a licensed medical professional. Ask your doctor if rhino horn is right for you. PREGGERS shark takes a huge bite out of diver's arm.
What about the pig? Paul's got to be nailed.
Out of the way!
Family finds and frees giant python under car hood. A family in Zimbabwe had more than engine problems last week. In a video posted on Facebook, Ben Mostert and his family opened the hood of their car to discover a massive African rock python curled up on the engine. The snake had been seen around the family's home. It was caught, and when Mostert tried to free it, the python crawled back into his engine block. Mostert calmly grabs the python around the neck and slowly pulls it off the engine, while his son understandably freaks out.
Big thing, it's big thing, it's big thing. It's a massive snake. It's a massive snake.
Freaking clutch.
Daddy, don't.
Holy man.
Daddy, put that thing in the car.
Jeez. You're putting this bad boy, okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Right.
Another man then helps him carry the massive snake and toss it into the brush. The snake was literally manhandled. Hopefully this time it stays away. But this could make a great premise for a new movie. Snakes in a car, anyone?